Hello everybody and welcome back to another GMOD video. Now I'm gonna be a bit quiet. It's 9:57. My mom just went to bed, but who cares? Yes, it's another GMOD Trevor Henderson video. Been a while since I've said that. And it will be even more of a while until I say that again, because this is probably the last GMOD Trevor Henderson video I'll upload before Blizzard Spawn V2 comes out. But yeah, I've been wanting to make a video about this topic for a really long time. And yeah, I think now is the best time. Also, shameless plug, but me and Mini Mogus released another NPC, Yummer, and I'll make a video about it in the near future, not right now. But yes, as you all may know, GMOD Trevor Henderson is horrendously unbalanced. Like, it is probably one of the most unbalanced mod series on the entire workshop. I'm not saying this to, like, you know, shun the mod series, because it is a really good mod series, and the NPCs are very well made. Not the community, though. The community is doo-doo, but the NPCs are really well made. But, unfortunately, it is very, very unbalanced. Many of the NPCs are either completely busted in terms of strength, or just absolutely useless. There are few balanced monsters, but today, I would like to go over each and every single last monster in this pack that has ever come out, ever. And we're gonna sort them by balance or unbalance. So this includes everyone over here, everyone over here, everyone over here, here, and here. This is basically every Trevor Henderson that is canon, ever. Not you, you're not canon. But yeah, let's get started. So, we're gonna be going over every NPC, and we're gonna be listing out if they are balanced or not, because there's like, I think 101, I'm not entirely sure. Probably 101, I'll need to double check myself on that, but yeah. Okay, so first off we have Anxious Dog. For a default NPC, he has 7,500 health, which is an acceptable amount, and he moves at a moderate enough speed. His damage is 20 damage, which is honestly pretty low. It's dealt in terms of 2. So, yeah, Anxious Dog in terms of health and speed is an okay NPC. Oh, you're all the way over there. But, yeah, honestly, I feel like Anxious Dog could use a little bit of a damage buff in combat, because if we just take an NPC like Cartoon Cat here, yeah, not doing much damage. Honestly, Anxious Dog could use a bit of a damage buff. Alright, let's continue. Of course, the first NPC with 1 million health is next. We have Behemoth. For a giant NPC, he actually deals pretty goddamn decent damage, surprisingly. Like, if we get, like, I don't know, Remain Indoors or some shit like that. Let's take a look at his damage output over here. So for damage, he actually isn't that bad. Like, he deals pretty decent damage for his height and strength. I'm actually pretty happy with his damage output. What I'm not really that happy with is his roar attack, which I don't think I'll be able to showcase. Let me actually get inside of him. Alright, let's see here. I want to showcase this. Yeah, his gigantic roar attack. It does way too much damage. I don't know if I can necessarily showcase just how much damage this bullshit does. Actually, I'll just summon in like 100 day 18s. That's 50, and that was very loud. Let's do not 20,000. How about 5,000? Cover your ears. This is gonna be loud. That's it. Alright, and then if we just do this, they should all instantly die, so, let's see. Or is it not doing any damage? Oh, it's not doing any... Never mind, I take that back. As you can all see, he just wiped out those day 18s, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah, Behemoth Scream Attack does a tad bit too much damage. Alright, let's continue. Big Charlie, in my opinion, is horribly underpowered. I feel like Big Charlie has way too little health. Like 2,500 is way too little. And his damage output isn't really all that bad though. Like if we shoot this guy to make him mad at us. Yeah, he can instantly kill a player even if they're on like 100 health. So yeah, he does that and we're instantly dead. But now if we get an NPC... oh wait, he's probably not mad at him. Yeah, as you can see, he's already almost dead because of his low health, but yeah, his attack cooldown is what I'm trying to talk about here. His attack cooldown is way too goddamn high. He should have an ever so slightly lower attack cooldown. He should attack much faster, and he should instantly turn when attacking, because, yeah, it's really hard for him to attack thanks to his weird model shape. But, yeah, pretty underpowered monster. You know what, Birdwatcher really isn't all that bad. For a giant, Birdwatcher is actually relatively okay. So, if we just get Birdwatcher over here. He isn't that bad. Like, let's let him loose. Yeah, his speed is actually okay. His health amount is just fine. And, if we see here, his damage output really isn't that bad. I think it's really good, actually. But those laser balls that he just fired over there, I feel like they do a little bit too much damage. I'm probably gonna lower the damage of those. So, yeah. Alright, Bonesworth. Let's check him out. Alright, so. I like that he's a more fast-moving NPC, and his health is right on spot. His damage output, he does 20 damage like other NPCs. That could be ever so slightly increased, but because he attacks a bit faster, he does more damage than any other NPC that deals more than, 20 damage would do. So, yeah, honestly, Bonesworth could get a slight damage up. That's all that I really care about. Alright, breaking news. Everything about breaking news is good, really. There's nothing wrong with breaking news. The only thing that is kind of a pet peeve is his damage output and absolutely outrageous animation cooldowns. Those need to be significantly sped up, and yeah, he needs to do some more damage. Like if we get, I don't know, let's get, let me actually make him not follow me first. Let's get, I don't know, Sky Screamer. Yeah. He does not do that much damage, and this animation right here lets giants stall for time. Yeah, as you can see here, he attacks very slowly, and he's destroyed. And he didn't even do anything. Breaking news, I mean, if he's gonna attack this slow, at least make him do much, much more damage. The minions are fine, though. There's nothing too bad about them. Bridgeworm is completely fine, honestly. There's nothing bad about him, but, what's his health? Yeah, I mean, he does lots of damage. I think he's fine, honestly. Cartoon Cat is perfectly okay, too. Nothing too wrong about him. Cartoon Dog, completely fine. I mean, he could maybe use the damage up, but that's all that's really too bad about him. Let's talk about his other form, though. As you may know, recently, Julius has buffed Cartoon Dog Part 2. And literally all that's different about him is his insane damage output. Let me just let his new damage output really speak for itself here. We're gonna pit him up against his cat's counterpart here. Look at this damage. I'm just gonna look at this. Look. Just look. All right, that. Yeah. So Cartoon Dog Part 2 recently got buffed to do completely outrageous numbers of damage. And he was given an execution. So, to balance him, I would just remove his execution entirely. And, yeah, he needs to do less damage. Yeah, that's honestly kind of it. Alright. The chicken. The chicken is one of the smaller NPCs. And this is what I don't like about, like, really weak small NPCs. Because, like, take Nurple, for example. He's a small NPC, but he has decently high HP and good damage output, so, yeah. He has mega damage, not mega damage cooldown, but mega attack cooldown. Like, let me just possess him and show you this. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's as fast as he attacks, and he does 10 damage. So I'd make him do a whole lot more damage, and I'd give him a whole lot more health. And that's all that I really have to say about the chicken. I want everybody to be balanced, really. Alright, Chicken Ghost has way too much goddamn health. That's it. 10,000 health? Are you shitting me? That is way too much. Like, Sirenhead only has 12,000 and this loser has 10. I mean, the attacks are fine. There's nothing too interesting about it. Like, we can just go over here, hit him. Yeah, his attack damage is completely fine in my opinion. If not, it could use like a really small increase. But, yeah, in all honesty, could really use some changes. Alright, let's continue. Okay, next up we have, Costume Man. You're fine, really. You could use just a slight health increase, and yeah, you're fine. Country Road Creature, all he needs is a damage up, and same goes for this feller. Just give him a damage up, and that's all he needs. Alright, day 17. All the new creatures are overpowered in their own ways. This guy's really overpowered. Yeah, all, giant healths really could use some tweaks here. Like, they probably shouldn't be in the, you know, hundreds of thousands. I should probably tweak that to some of the next spots NPCs. Yeah, his health is too much, and he should really use a damage nerf. That's kind of it. That's all that's wrong about him. Also, we'll talk about his awakened form later when we get to Watchtower, because I have some words for her. Day 18 is A-okay, honestly. Nothing wrong with him. His laser balls could do a bit more damage, though. Alright, Forgotten Baby is on is on astronomical levels of underpowered. First of all, his health. It's way too goddamn small, and it should be way bigger. And his health drain should really be a bit faster. He should do more damage. Alright, Fully Grown is fine, really. Ghost Pig is fine. He could use a damage up, though. Giant Puppeteer. I'd honestly just remove his damage reduction and maybe reduce his damage. Well, no. His damage is fine in his normal phase, but I'd just get rid of all of his damage reduction. And same goes for this idiot. Yeah, just weaken the damage a bit and get rid of the damage reduction. That's all that I'm really asking. Alright. Good Boy is fine, honestly. He could just use like a small speed buff. That's all that he really needs. Headlight's fine, really. He could use a health buff, though, because his health was, decreased. He could be increased to, like, 11,000 at least. He's fine either way. Hey, Stop a Minute is perfectly fine. Maybe could use a health decrease. You're fine. You're fine. Actually, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, he could use a damage up, honestly. He could just use a damage up, that's all he really needs. Alright, you need a health buff and a damage buff, just like the chicken. Alright, we're gonna speed through most of these. You're perfectly fine, honestly. You could just use a health buff. Alright. Long Course is perfectly fine to me. Milkwalker Ambassador could use a bit of a health buff, but other than that, he's perfectly fine. Web Kraken is perfectly fine. Could use a bit of a damage up, though. Alright, let's continue. All of his minions are fine, really, honestly. Alright, 2027, he needs a damage up. That's all he really needs. 2027 could use a bit of a damage up, and he could do a bit more damage. That's honestly kind of it. Alright, Mothman, he could use a bit of a health decrease at best. His attacks could also do a bit more damage, because if we let him loose here, then... Oh, god damn it. You idiots. Yep. He instantly killed me there, but he honestly could use a bit of a damage up. Alright, let's continue. Nurpo we talked about, he's fine. Old Detective is perfectly fine. Alright, let's continue. Peeping Tom could use a health decrease and a bit of a damage up. Precursor of the First War could get a slight damage nerf and maybe have a bit more damage reduction. Remain Indoors. Maybe make the laser balls move a bit faster and deal more damage. And other than that, Remain Indoors is perfectly balanced. Rivet is perfectly balanced. Scribblehead is perfectly balanced. Sirenhead does a bit too much damage for my liking, and he doesn't really need damage reduction, like, at all. So just nerf his damage and damage reduction, and just remove his leap attack. It does way too much damage. All the Sirenheads are fine, except for you. You attack a bit too fast and do a bit too much damage. So here's his attack speed, and let me just show you his damage. We're gonna get a bunch of cartoon cats in here. A bit more than that. We have a cross of cartoon cats. So he's gonna be able to kill, I think, 2 of them. Oh, no, never mind. That was a bit too many cartoon cats. God damn it. Let's just get 4, because I want to showcase his DPS. Yeah, look at that. He's just mowing through them. So honestly, could use a bit of a damage nerf, but other than that, he's fine. And also, all the sound heads might even need like a health increase because they all have 10,000. You know what? I'm gonna make every single Siren Head here have 12,500 health, which is the same as Siren Head Mad, who could have his damage reduction removed. Honestly, that's kind of it. Okay, Sky Screamer. His nuke could honestly do less damage. That's kind of it. Sky Tentacles. Yeah, his nuke could do the less damage. Starliner Cinemas is fine, really. Street Horse definitely needs a damage buff and attack cooldown lowered, definitely. Because he does way too little damage. So we're just gonna do this. Yeah, he needs a damage up and he needs to attack faster. But yeah. Alright, let's continue. The Angel. What do I say? You could definitely use a health decrease. Your health really needs to be decreased because this guy has 12,000 and you have 15,000, so health decrease definitely, and you should most certainly do a bit more damage because you're a bit weak. Extra Slide. You're fine, really. There's nothing too bad about you. Alright, the Giant Fred Dots could use a health decrease, and yeah, honestly, he should just do less damage, and that's kind of it. And yeah, you have way too much damage reduction. You need lesser damage reduction, my friend. The minions are fine. God of Roadkill is perfectly fine, honestly. The Hugger's fine. The Lamb is fine. If not, could use a bit more health. Alright, you do way too much damage and need less health. And you need lesser damage reduction. And also maybe not do that. Oh man, look at that health though. But that's just insane. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tweak the mouse on my face. Alright, the Nervous House Guest could use a higher health amount, honestly. Like, you have 12,000, you have 7,000. Smile Room is fine, really. Does need higher health, though. Turn out the lights, I don't really know what to say about him. He needs a damage up, and that's what I'd say about him. Alright, Watchtower. Let's talk about Watchtower. Watchtower's health is honestly a-okay. What I don't like about her is her absolutely insane damage, horrendously high damage reduction, and this goddamn laser attack. It does so goddamn much damage, and Day 17 has the exact same attack, if not with higher damage. It's the highest damaging attack of any Trevor Henderson monster, and it could really use, you know, a bit of a damage nerf. Ooh, Watchtower's unbalanced. Alright, Yo-Yo, you're fine. Alright, Blizzard Spawn, you're fine, honestly. I'm gonna skip old creatures, but they're all fine. Alright, Aircraft Shark, you could use a health decrease, and you do a bit too much damage. Actually, wait, no, I may as well just remove your damage reduction. Alright, you, mister. Your Scream attack, it does way too much damage. And you need to attack slower. That's kind of it. Alright. Banana Eater's fine. Cartoon Lion needs damage reduction. Like, he really needs damage reduction. Especially you. Cartoon Mouse is fine, really, if not, could use a higher health amount. Cartoon Sheep needs less damage reduction. Other than that, she's perfectly fine. Shin Demon's fine, really. He just needs damage reduction in his insane face. Funny Fear's just fine. He just needs lesser damage reduction in his 4th phase only. That's kind of it. Only his 4th phase is unbalanced. Househead? You're fine, honestly. Hush, you need higher damage and health. Jelly, you need higher health. Jellymouth, you're fine. Jellymouth Giant, you're fine. Quasar, actually, no, Jellymouth Giant, you should do lesser damage. Quasar, you're fine, honestly. Maybe your knife attacks could do a bit less damage. You do way too much goddamn damage. You need a damage nerf. And maybe have the same health as Househead. The Imposter. What do I say about the Imposter, really? He's fine, really, honestly. There's nothing too much to say about him. Alright, then. OCs. Dreadroach honestly feels perfectly balanced to me. Dreadroach is just fine. Shape, maybe your fireballs could do a bit more damage, and you could have your health a bit lowered. Height, maybe attack a bit slower and do less damage. Other than that, you're fine. And limb, yeah, you should definitely do much less damage. Vengeance of the Forgotten Gods, you're the last creature on our catalog. Your explosions just need to be nerfed, that's kind of it. So yeah, I just listed out everything that's unbalanced with GMOD Trevor Henderson, and now I'm gonna work on fixing all of these things. So yeah, that's it. See you later.